People find these unqualified practitioners usually because they're searching for a bargain. They're trying to find a bargain when it comes to their face, and you can't. You only have one face, you only get it right once.
The first person I went to see to ever get my filler done wasn't a doctor. And it's really embarrassing to say now, but I don't actually know what they were. I started to feel unsatisfied with my lips and my looks when I went college. Obviously at college with a load of girls. Some of them already had it done because they were so much older than me. I didn't have big lips, I had very small lips. Lip liner wasn't enough. And then I started on the lip filler. My name's Rosie, and I'm getting my filler dissolved.
I don't actually know how many filler treatments I've done today. Like, I've been doing this now for about 7 to 9 years. I work about 6 or 7 days a week with about 15 to 20 procedures each day. So you do the math. My name's Dr. Tijon Esho. I'm a cosmetic doctor and my clinic is on Harley Street, London. Over the last 2 years, I treat about a third of my list each day with corrective procedures. So something's gone wrong. So dermal fillers are normally known as hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is a natural substance produced in our body, but in a dermal filler it's in a synthetic form, so it's man-made. The only difference really between these two forms is the one in our body always gets broken down in a half-life within a 24-hour cycle, whilst the one we inject can last anything from 6 months to even a year, depending on the type of filler used and the amount used. Dermal filler injections, when done correctly with the right analgesia, shouldn't really feel like anything. But as the needle slides deep within the tissue and the dermal filler product is injected deep in within the tissue itself, what you may feel is a stretching and pulling as the pressure is applied to that particular area of tissue. And then as the needle is withdrawn, what you may feel is that pressure just suddenly relaxes and gets released, and you feel nothing. When you don't go to a qualified practitioner, that's where you put yourself at risk of being botched, as we say.
So I first noticed that they were botched or not right when I went to get a top up from another lady around her area. I didn't want to go to the lady I went to anymore. She was very slapdash. You'd go there, there'd be 7 people waiting at the same time. I went to see this new lady. She's really lovely. She was a medical practitioner. She said to me, I've got to dissolve your filler before you even start. So then we've been trying to dissolve it and they're not going.
Filler cysts are a term which I described, and essentially means a encasing of superficial filler. What's inside is hyaluronic acid, and it always is. Sometimes it can be calcified because the filler's been there for a long period of time, and in small cases it can be infected.
I can't wait to not have lumpy lips. I know no one can see it, but I can feel it. Sometimes I'd lay there at night and I'd literally squeeze the lumps so hard in the hope they'd just pop, but they don't.
Removing filler that has not been put in the correct place can be a difficult task. It looks really easy, but it's not. One of the first things I do is assess the lip to make sure where and what type of filler has been used. 2 ways to remove that. One can be injection with a product called Hyalase, which will dissolve it. And the other one at the same time will be to aspirate the substance itself. I make sure I apply pressure between my finger and my thumb to isolate the cyst. I then inject a needle deep within the cyst, so there's a hole left within the cavity. At that point, I apply pressure between my 2 fingers to allow the dermal filler to express or ooze through the hole. After injecting the Hyalase into Rosie's lips, the Hyalase will now break down the dermal filler product on its own. Within 2 weeks, her lips will be completely bump free. So, speak to the doctors, speak to the nurses, speak to the practitioners that are doing this, because a lot of people want to rush, and I find when it's impulsive, impatient people that don't do their research, it's a dangerous mix.
My advice for young girls like I was, number one, it'd be now go to Dr. Esho. Number two, do your research. Use the internet. Use everything you can to try and find someone that's going to do it right and safe.
Thanks so much for watching. For more videos, click here, and to subscribe, click here.